Hey guys, Pastor Phillip Frensley here. I've been 3 months on the ketogenic diet and lifestyle, borderline carnivore diet, and loving it, loving the how I feel on this and everything. And there's a lot of science and doctors weighing in on the nourishment, what we were made to eat, and everything like that. But as a pastor, I thought I would do a study on what the Bible says about the food that we eat and everything. And what I found was very interesting. The Bible uses the word bread quite often. Man shall not live by bread alone, and other places it speaks of bread. But the word for bread in Hebrew, lechem, it means food. It means it can mean bread or fruit, but it also means meat. The word meat in Hebrew, oklah, it means food primarily. It means meat. In the New Testament, there are several Greek words for bread, and what's interesting, they all mean food or meat. That's interesting, food or meat. Trophe means nourishment, food, meat. Phago means eat or meat. Citrometron means a ration or an allowance of food or meat. Broma means food. Brosimos means eatable meat. Brosis means eating meat. And that's interesting. In the garden, God created man and woman in this perfect system, and He gave them all of the plants to live on and everything. But then because they sinned and everything, it's a broken system, and God said in Genesis chapter 3 that the ground is now cursed, and in toil you shall eat of it. So a changed system from the vegetarian lifestyle of the Garden of Eden. And then in Genesis chapter 9, after the flood, the post-flood era of Noah's time, God said, every moving thing that lives is food for you. Just as the herb was, or the plant was, now primarily you're meat eaters. You're meat eaters. And then in Leviticus chapter 11, God gives an animal food list for the children of Israel to eat. What is a kosher diet for them? And He says, don't eat bats and don't eat this, but you can eat, cattle. And interesting that He gives a animal food list, but nowhere in the Bible does God give a plant food list. And we know that there are just as many plants that could have a toxic effect on our health as healthy plants. And so what's interesting to me, if there are 8 words for bread or meat, and all 8 of them mean meat, only one of them means bread and fruit or something like that, then I would make a case that we are primarily meant to be meat eaters now in this broken, fallen system. That does not mean to say that this is the diet that everyone is going to thrive on. I really do believe that everybody has to figure out the diet that's perfect for their body. But I do believe that we were made to eat animals. That's kind of who we were made to. And I believe that we'll thrive when we live on that kind of a diet. So I don't know if that helps anybody, but keto pastors say on things, I guess, this is my take on it. So listen, hey, I don't know if you know this, but you're precious to God. And keep hanging in there, okay?